First, let's look exactly what we are making today. Large, highly textured clusters of golden, honey-baked granola. This process requires very little active time in the kitchen, and your reward is a 2-week supply of premium snacking material. To start, you only need 3 pieces of hardware: a large mixing bowl, a silicone spatula, and a baking sheet. Here are the dry base components you will need: a cup and a half of rolled oats, a half cup of chopped raw pecans, and a third of a cup of pumpkin seeds. To flavor and bind those dry ingredients together, gather a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a third of a teaspoon of fine sea salt, 2 tablespoons of neutral oil, and 2 tablespoons of honey. The success of this recipe relies on manipulating that honey. We are going to use its specific chemistry to properly bind the oats and create a deep, satisfying crunch. Step 1 is preparing your workstation. Set your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, you must carefully line your baking sheet with a flat layer of parchment paper. Do not skip this critical step. Without that protective layer, the heated honey will act as a superheated adhesive and permanently weld the oats to the bare metal of your pan. Proper pan preparation ensures a simple cleanup, and it allows you to lift the final baked clusters off the tray without shattering their structural integrity. With the oven heating, begin the mixing process by dumping all of your dry ingredients into the large mixing bowl. Now add the precise wet measurements: exactly 2 tablespoons of neutral oil and 2 tablespoons of honey. Take your spatula and toss the mixture thoroughly. Be aggressive with your stirring here. You are looking for a specific visual cue. The entire mixture must develop a uniform, slight gloss across every single piece. Pay close attention to the very bottom of the bowl, where dry, powdery oats tend to get trapped and hidden. Any oats that remain uncoated will stay dusty and bland in the oven, and they will fail to cluster with the surrounding pieces. Achieving a perfectly uniform coating of the oil and honey guarantees that every single bite has the correct flavor distribution and the right crunch. Transfer your fully glossy mixture out of the bowl and onto the parchment-lined baking sheet. Use your spatula to press the raw granola out until it forms a single, uniform layer across the pan. You might be tempted to leave the granola mounded thickly in the center of the pan, but avoid doing so. Here is why. Heat waves easily pass over a flat layer of oats. Thick mounds trap internal moisture, causing the center to steam rather than toast. Unimpeded hot airflow over the surface is the mechanical secret to drawing moisture out. Maintaining strict geometric discipline on the baking sheet directly dictates whether your granola achieves that final crunch. Place the prepared pan into your hot oven to begin the toasting phase. You cannot simply walk away. You will need to perform a critical manual intervention at the halfway point. Halfway through the total bake time, carefully remove the pan from the oven. Standard ovens have an uneven thermal dynamic. The outer edges of the pan cook and brown significantly faster than the center. Take your spatula and stir the mixture, specifically moving the darker edge pieces into the middle and pushing the paler center pieces outward. Once stirred, flatten the mixture back out into a single, uniform layer before returning the pan to the oven. The chemistry risk here involves the honey. It caramelizes beautifully as it heats, but its high sugar content makes it volatile and highly prone to burning if left stationary for too long. That halfway stir bridges the gap between a pan of raw oats and a perfectly golden, unburnt batch. Once the baking is complete and the oats are fragrant and golden, remove the pan from the oven one last time. Now comes the hardest yet most passive step of the entire process. Leave the pan completely undisturbed to cool. Straight from the oven, the hot granola will feel soft to the touch and deceptively underbaked. As the temperature drops, liquid sugar molecules slow down, locking into a rigid lattice around the oats. If you physically interrupt this cooling phase by stirring early, you shatter that lattice, resulting in loose oats instead of chunks. Strict patience during the cooling phase is what engineers those highly desirable chunky granola clusters. Once the sheet of granola has fully cooled into a solid continuous layer, you can finally break it apart into large, serving-sized chunks. To preserve the crunch, store the granola in an airtight container where it will keep for up to 2 weeks. You can eat it dry, straight from the container as a snack, or layer a generous scoop over plain Greek yogurt topped with fresh roasted fruit. Mastering this simple foundational technique empowers you to elevate your breakfast or snack time on demand.